Jet planes in the night sky with you, getting high in the sunrise with you, getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, how you been? Virtual hug to all of you, my babies. It's been a long time. I know I am filming like my first video ever since I got back from Greece, to be honest with you. It's my first video. My Greece trip was great. I got engaged. I don't have my ring right now. I left it at Akhil's house. But yeah, I got engaged. More about that in my next video or upcoming video. Stay tuned. I know you're waiting for the engagement story soon. But in today's video, I'm going to give you the secret to my flawless makeup. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready. Are you ready? The answer to my flawless makeup is blending. Blending is the secret to my flawless makeup. Okay, it always has been. I learned the tough way, I guess. I did a lot of mistakes initially and I got to the conclusion that blending is your sure way of getting flawless makeup. A lot of people meet me and they're like, Mars, how do you get your skin to look so flawless? Like, they meet me in person and they're like, what have you worn? What foundation have you worn? So it obviously matters what foundation you pick and stuff like that, but mostly it's the way you apply your makeup. Okay, you can use any product you want. You can make it from like a 10 to like 100 instantly by the way you apply your makeup. So it's all in the blending. It's all in the freaking blending. Make sure you blend till your hand falls off, and you'll see in this video I give you like tips and tricks and some secrets that I use to achieve this look. So I really hope you stick around. It might be a little bit of a long video, but it is a very informative, helpful video, and I've not hidden anything from you. Jo hai wo hai. Okay, I don't hide any secret. And yeah, this is my everyday sort of makeup. I love this look. You can of course switch the lip color and everything like that, but yeah, before I move on and ramble too much, let's quickly jump into the video. Alright, so I'm gonna begin with my skin. I have nothing on my skin. Okay, I had a shower and my skin is usually dry, so keep that in mind. This is how it looks. Okay, I do have a little bit of dark circles, but this is it. I don't put any filters on my video. Just letting you know, I might adjust the color of the video because of because of the clouds going in and out basically, but apart from that, there's no filters on my video, just letting you know. Okay, so let's begin. So what I usually do for my skin, okay, as you begin, what is the first thing you want to do? Do not go in with foundation directly on your face because this is bare skin. There's nothing to grab onto, right? The foundation can't grab onto anything. Your pores are open, so it's going to sink in. All sorts of things happen. So skin prep is very important before you begin a full face of makeup or makeup in general in any way. Okay, so what I do is I start with the moisturizer. Now, you can pick whatever moisturizer you have. Okay, you don't necessarily have to get all the products that I'm showing you in this video. These are great products and they've worked for me, but you can definitely stick to my steps and my techniques. Products you can mix and match and use whatever you want. So I have been loving this one. This is the Face Shop Collagen Pomegranate and Collagen Volume Lifting Cream. It is not meant for before makeup, it's just a skincare product, but I really love how it leaves that glow and softness on my skin. Okay, so this, however, is better for people above the age of 24-25 because it's got like this collagen restoring thing or whatever. I don't know the intensity of this, but you can also use other creams like the Garnier, like, you know, wrinkle lift cream and stuff. I know that's also like anti-aging, but it's really not. It's a very mild cream, to be honest with you. Any face cream that suits you. Okay, your basic face cream, just make sure you have some moisturization going on. You can use Cetaphil and things like that if your skin is sensitive. Now I'm going to be extremely generous with my cream. You have to be like very generous even if you're oily skin. I think it's very important to just prep your skin. Okay, so I melted it in my hand first and then So for red carpets and stuff, this is what I do. I spend a lot of time on my skincare before I can go in with makeup. So that's why I take double the amount of time to get ready. But that's okay. I sometimes go in with another layer of moisturizer as well. Okay, before you ask me, I got this mirror from Miniso. Okay, it's really cute and nice. Okay, so now that I have my skin prepped, you can see the glow already. Right, it's already giving my skin this really beautiful, nice, juicy looking effect. So I'm gonna go in with my second step, which is primer. So for primer, what I'm gonna do is I just put any primer I want at any time. I usually do not like go in steps. So I go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is the set and refresh spray. So you can set your makeup and also refresh your makeup if you know it's too dull and dry. And also it's like a primer water. You can apply this before makeup, which is what I do. Really great product, and so much is there. A lot of offers going on every now and then, so pay attention to that. And this is great, you guys.
I feel like a hero.
Smells beautiful. Smells so good, so refreshing. Okay, I'm just gonna let this soak into the skin. Don't go in with any other product. You want to make sure it is dry, like you know it's completely soaked in. Wait for like a minute. Automatically I feel good and my skin looks really nice and prepped. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is my next step is gonna be to put a barrier between my skin and my foundation. Okay, I'm gonna create this barrier so that when I wear my makeup, it's not basically reaching my skin directly. Okay, that's just like mentally how I think of primers. It's like a barrier before you go in with your makeup. But I don't put that all over my face because I don't have very problematic skin. If you do, it's amazing if you go in with primer all over your problematic skin. Okay, so primer is not the most important thing in makeup when you're young. Even just when you grow slightly older, you kind of see your pores coming out. You kind of see, you know, your open pores basically here. So if you want to fill that up, or even in general, if you just want a smooth base, okay, primer is for that reason. It's also meant for making your makeup last a little longer. I somehow skip primer sometimes and my makeup still lasts longer, so it's okay. Like I said, you can skip this step, but I'm just showing you what I do to get like the ultimate flawlessness. Okay, so I have two primers right here. One is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the pore minimizing one. It is really great, you guys. This is really a good primer. And then I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is like the cult primer that everyone has. Sometimes I mix two primers, depends on how I feel. But I'm going to use the purple one right now. This is the Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. Okay, and that's what we need right now. So what I'm going to do is just melt it in my skin, and I'm just going to apply this to my nose directly. I've got to pat it into my nose, like into my skin, rather than just rub it, because if you rub it, you're going to get this like small little ball, rolls of ball coming out, because it is a primer after all. So press it into the skin and take it up. Press it, okay? And sometimes I feel one layer is not enough, so I go in with another layer. Let me check. Okay, I haven't done a facial yet, so I still have a lot of like blackheads and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is go in with this primer. It's like the same thing almost, but I like to go in with two primers when I am doing like a red carpet scene and things like that. So depending on where you're going for that day and stuff like that, accordingly you can put the primer. Okay, now I see a really nice blurry barrier. Okay, alright, so then what I do is I go in with the MAC Strobe cream. This is the cream right here. Okay, this is like my favorite cream. Ever since this launched, I cannot stop using it. It is so beautiful. This is in the shade Pinklite. It's a strobe cream, so you get this, like Maybelline has it even, and a lot of other brands have this strobe cream. Okay, they have strobe sticks also. So check Maybelline, check Wet n Wild, I think they have it too. Smashbox has it as well, but I like the MAC one simply because again it's in a huge tub. Okay, so it's gonna last you so long. I'm still using this from God knows when. Great one. You also get like travel sizes if I'm not mistaken, so if you want to try it, you can go to the MAC store, give it a try before you commit to a full-size product. That's totally fine. But why is this product used, Miles? Okay, you might ask. Now a strobe cream is basically a product that gives you like a very glass looking finish on your skin. Okay, now you see, I'm just gonna turn to the left. Can you see that, like that glisten? Okay, that's the kind of look I want underneath my makeup, right? So I'm just gonna go just basically not all over my face because I don't want the shininess in my T-zone. So I'm going to stick to the outer perimeters of my face where I typically apply highlighter. So I'm just going to stick to that and maybe go on my cheek because I don't have any like texture here, so I don't mind it looking a little glowy on my cheek. Now you can see my skin automatically looks so nice and so glossy looking, right? That's the goal, okay, when we want to do like a great flawless finish. Okay, so yeah, this is great. If you can get it, you should totally get it. It's amazing. Alright, so for foundation, of course you can grab whatever foundation you love the most. Everybody has their own personal favorite. You have the L'Oreal Infallible is great. We've got the Maybelline Fit Me, which is amazing. The LA Girl Pro Illuminate, LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. We have many foundations in the market, which is amazing. I use these two foundations the most. I really love how it looks. So either it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation in Ivory Beige. Okay, this is the one. It is so beautiful. Oh my god. The finish of this foundation is just beautiful. I used to wonder, for the longest time I never used the Estee Lauder Double Wear because I'm just like, I don't know, it might be too heavy, but I tried it like properly this time and I'm like, dude, I cannot get enough of it. I'm obsessed. Beautiful foundation, beautiful finish. And the other one I have is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. Now, I also love the Fenty Beauty one, love it. These two foundations, you guys, let me tell you, if you had to splurge, because both are high-end and I get that. Now, if you had to splurge, Mars, which one should I go for? Now, Estee Lauder is a little bit heavy duty, okay? It's a little bit heavy on the face and it gives you full coverage, okay? One swipe will give you full coverage. So you can use this when you're going to an event, if you have a long day, that's when you'll use this. Maybe for a little bit, women who are a little older and you just want this one go-to foundation where you don't have to doubt, this one. And they have over like 56 shades, I believe. And then we have the Smashbox one. Now this is your everyday youthful foundation. Even older women can use this, and men of course. So if you want a full coverage, you have to go in with like 2 layers and stuff, and then you'll get a full coverage. But this is like overall a great foundation to just wear like every day. You know, I just put this on every day if I'm just going for dinner, or if I'm just going, maybe you have a college event, something like that. And very great for just overall amazing foundation, okay? Okay, so I'm mixing the foundation and I'm just going to apply it on my skin, okay? And I'm taking my Sigma 3D sponge. The Pac black color sponge is my favorite, and then there is a sponge from La Cara that I love a lot, Beauty Buff. I'll try and find these down and link it, but yeah, this is how it is. So what you want to do is, I love blending my foundation with a beauty sponge. If you love your finger, go ahead. If you love a brush, that works. But if you want a flawless finish, in my opinion, I think a sponge is the best way to get that finish, and it's what I use. So I'm just gonna start here and push. Like I said in the beginning, the secret to flawless makeup is blending. Okay, everyone's asking me, what is it? How do you get that beautiful flawless finish? It is blending. Blending should just come naturally when you're applying makeup, and this is not enough. Like, I just don't do this and let it be, because it looks blended, but is it really blended? So whenever people meet me, they always like, how is your foundation so like melted into your skin? How do you look so flawless? In person, when they meet me, that's what they say, and I always tell them, blend till your hand falls off, till you're so tired, you're like, oh my god, enough. That's when you know you've blended enough, okay? So these foundations are very good, to be honest with you, so that doesn't require that much blending. But can you see this? I'm just pushing the foundation into my skin so it looks very natural, like it's a part of my skin, okay? Of course there's makeup, but the whole goal is so that, you know, it's not looking like a mask. Again, the best part about a beauty sponge is that it picks up the excess makeup, okay? That's what I like. It just soaks up whatever you don't need on your face, and it might seem like there's lesser coverage. Now, if that happens, you can go ahead with the second pump, which is what I do if I need to. So again,
I feel like a hero. I feel like a hero. I feel like a hero. I feel like...
Okay, so when it comes to my forehead or anyone's forehead, actually that's where we make the most expressions, right? Like this is where, and all your foundation will settle here. Okay, and then you can see the lines. You know, the foundation gets collected in the middle of those wrinkle lines or whatever. We're human, come on. It's going to settle, okay? That's the first area you identify the foundation settling is here, smile lines. So for that reason, I do not put foundation on my forehead. That's just personally me. I don't put a lot of foundation. So jo bhi bacha hai na, I just, you know what I mean? I like blend it in so that it doesn't look like foundation and then skin. So that's also another trick. You want to make sure you are pushing the remaining foundation onto your forehead. So now it looks really nice. Okay, so I do have foundation, but it's not like I'm slapping on another whole blob of foundation on my forehead. Do not do that, because I see a lot of people just take a big chunk of foundation and do this. Dude, it's going to settle in your forehead lines and it's going to look cakey. Okay, so less is more. Like I said, whatever's remaining is what you will put on your forehead. So don't worry a lot about the forehead area. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go in with another layer of foundation because I think I just need one more layer. That's personal preference. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Pac 272 brush. Okay, this is like a really tiny brush which I use for concealer. The thing is, I'm just gonna use this brush to get into the crevice of my nose. Okay, just to get it really flawless, to make sure that there is no redness anywhere. So I'm taking very little foundation and I'm just covering up those redness the redness. Okay, so around my stash area, these little things we don't notice now when we're doing makeup. We just think we have a full face on, but this is why I'm here to tell you that make sure everything is covered. So that's how you get, this whole video is based on flawless makeup. So that's why I'm telling you. And I'm just gonna take the brush and then go in with my sponge. I'm just adding where I think I need a little more, you know, because I blended so much. So this is for added coverage. You can stop with one layer, but if you want added coverage, you can go in with another layer. I don't like to wear foundation on my neck, especially when I'm not going like to a red carpet or something. Otherwise, I'm just going to bring it down a little bit, just a little bit. So there's no demarcation line here, just blending it a little bit. I don't like putting foundation on my neck for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, now I'm happy with the way my base is looking. So coming to concealer, you can go in with whatever concealer you think is amazing. I like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I think they're amazing. I also love the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Okay, it's always been my go-to until I try another concealer. This will be my favorite concealer. There's something about this concealer. It's got so many shades. Firstly, LA Girl has tons of shades, different undertones. I'm in the shade Pure Beige. And I have right now like 6 concealers sitting in my vanity. Okay, I need this at any point in time. It gives me like full coverage, and it's also so light and so easy on the pocket. It's very inexpensive, which I love. I'm gonna start with just a little bit. You can see I've put like 3 weird dots and I'm just gonna take my sponge and start blending the concealer in. So back in the day when I just started doing makeup, I forgot these tiny little things that now I realize. I used to put foundation all over underneath my eyelid, everywhere, and put it like a mask, and then I used to go in with concealer and then powder, which is too heavy. So try and avoid layering as much as you can if you are going for the flawless finish, which we all are. So what you want to do is leave this side bare like I did, right? I just put foundation till here. I didn't take it all the way up, so keep that in mind. And so now this area only has concealer going on, so that's one layer. Okay, so again, blending. Take your time and just blend the concealer. You can of course take it on your lid and conceal it. I don't like using eyeshadow primer, I just use concealer, it works for me. Alright, so now I know I don't suffer with very heavy dark circles and eye bags and stuff. I'm only 27, you guys, like, so it's right now it's really good. And there's nothing you can do to get rid of dark circles in my opinion. I've not come across any magic cream or anything like that. But yeah, I think concealer is your best friend when it comes to dark circles, to be honest with you. Again, taking this beauty sponge and pushing the product in. So you might think that this is enough and you know it's a great coverage, which it is typically, but what I do is I sometimes feel because of my blending I lose out on a lot of coverage. So it's okay to add a little more, but do not avoid the blending. Okay, keep blending. Like you can see, I'm taking such little amount, dude. It's unbelievable, right? I'm working with very, very tiny amounts of concealer. I don't know how there are some beauty influencers that put like this massive amount of concealer. I can't do that, yeah. So now I'm happy with this coverage. Now I feel like, acha, theek hai. Now all my dark circles is covered. So this concealer is more or less very close to my skin tone. Okay, it's got this very slightly orangey tint, so it kind of cancels out the darkness. And now my face is looking flat. So what I do is I want to bring back light and darkness to my face. Okay, makeup is sort of an illusion. It's creating illusions on your face, bringing out things you want to and diminishing things you don't want to show. That is called contouring, which we'll do in a bit. So now I just finished concealing. Now I'm going to move on to highlighting my face. Okay, you can stop here, go ahead, put powder, but I feel like it looks very flat here. I want some dimension. I'm going to go in with the MAC Studio Fix 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. This is in NC30. Okay, this is a full coverage concealer as well, very thick. Why I like using this, because it's firstly extremely light. It's going to help highlight my features. So I definitely like highlighting underneath. Okay, I like a bright under eye, but you can see the amount I'm putting. Dude, I can't do that. I can't do 3 big stripes and big triangles and fill it in. I just cannot. It's too much makeup, okay? So again, I'll just put a little bit here in the center. I don't do the forehead as much, and a little bit on my chin, okay? That is just to highlight your features. So again, taking my sponge. Can you see the brightness already? It's bringing my chin forward, okay? If you have a chin that is protruding and you don't want to show your chin, you're insecure about your chin, don't do this step. Okay, your highlighting means you're bringing your chin forward. Okay, now you can automatically see the brightness it got underneath my eye. I like that finish. I like that look. Once we're done with the base, including the concealer, we're just going to set it, okay? People ask me, how does your makeup last all day? It's because I set my face. So make sure you are setting your face whenever you are stepping out of the house, especially your under eye, because you don't want that part of your face to move anywhere, okay? The concealer should stay intact the entire night and entire day, depending on where you are. So again, I'm going to use firstly the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. It is such a great powder. I'm not going to brag about it more because I have a million times. This is the powder you need. Again, very important part, you want to pay attention to this. Okay, don't just go ahead and set, like I'm sure you know this, you have to get rid of your creases, okay? So just make sure you are smoothing the part of your concealer before you put in powder, because anything you put powder on will completely cement that area, like it's going to set that area. Once you're happy with it, you're going to take a little bit of powder and you're going to set it. Now I do a little bit of baking because that works for me. I think baking is the best way to avoid creasing and for it to last longer. That's just my personal opinion. Baking has worked for me for years now, and I do not want to step away from it. I don't think just setting my face works. My concealer budges. I've tried every method and baking works for me. It might not work for you. It might be too drying under your eye. So you have to like play around, you know, you have to see what suits you the best. If your concealer moves a lot and you're not happy, try this method, okay? Just place the powder on your concealer and you are set. So now that you've seen, I've just focused the powder here. I've not taken it to my cheekbones, nothing. I've just set this part of my eye, okay? I'm just going to put a little bit of powder here because this is like grossing me out. Okay, now let it bake. It's literally cooking my concealer. Let it be. Okay, so for contouring, now I'm going to use some cream products before I go in with powder products. You can definitely skip on this and go directly to powder. But I feel like for the flawless finish, since this video is all about flawless makeup, I want to show you what I do, right? So I do a little bit of cream contouring before I go in with my powder contour. So the two products I recommend is the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. So it's got a foundation on one side and it's got a contour on one side. I don't use this typically because, you know, I like my regular foundation. So either I use this is in the shade 2.2, or you can also use the Huda Beauty Tantour in light. I hope this is available in India. I'm not sure, but this is it. It's like a cream contour, okay? So what I'm gonna do is now, I'm gonna use the Smashbox one. You can use, there are multiple cream contours available out in the market. So I've not set this place, so it's still wet like with foundation, right? So I'm gonna start with the least amount of product. So this is the hollowness. You can feel that hollow, right? That's where you will contour. So I do it slightly above, because I know I'm gonna bring the product down when I'm blending. So I'm just gonna put a little bit. Always start with little product. Keep this in mind, do not forget. And the brush I'm going to use to blend this out is the Pac S1 face brush. This is just a beautiful brush to use because it's got the right amount of density to blend it. You can use your beauty sponge to blend it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just start buffing this out. Make sure you're holding the lightest amount of pressure, not like stabbing your brush. Lightest amount of pressure. Can you see how natural it looks? Basically, contouring is creating shadows on places you don't want visible, right? So when I contour, this is gonna seem sunken in and it's gonna give me some sort of dimension to my face. It's not gonna look flat. Okay, so I'm just going to, I don't do very harsh contouring because it doesn't like suit me, and I think it looks a little bit unnatural when you just, unless it's for like a shoot or something. For your regular life, you can't do that sort of contouring. Okay, so same thing on this side. I'm going to blend it into my hairline. Now, if you have a very wide forehead, matlab yahan tak, like a massive forehead, which you're very lucky, by the way, that's beautiful. All foreheads are pretty, but I love a big forehead. Of course, you know, grass is always greener on the other side. Now I have a very, very tiny forehead, so I'm not gonna go like this. I'm gonna get helmet head, okay? I'm gonna look like I've just diminished my forehead more. So I'm just gonna keep the contour to my temples and let this be blank. I like it to be big, so I'm gonna let it be. Okay, now you can barely see anything on my face, right? It's just very, very slight contouring that I've done. Very slight, you can't even tell. But in the bigger picture, like when you've completed your makeup, it looks good. Okay, it looks great. So now that I'm done with my contouring, my cream contour, I'm just gonna get rid of the bake. Okay, my camera stopped recording for some reason, and I can't tell that my camera stopped recording. So what I did basically is I got rid of my bake, and what I was telling you is that you want to hold a very, very light hand when you're getting rid of your bake. Like you should barely feel the bristles of the brush, otherwise your concealer below will move. Okay, so make sure you are getting rid of it very carefully. That's all I said. And then I went ahead and filled in my brows, and I told you that brows are very personal, so everybody has their own way of filling the brow. I use the Lakme pencil, okay, the KKK collaboration. It's not available, I guess, anymore, but you can use any brow product you have to create your brows. Okay, fill it very naturally. Okay, so moving on to eyes, I'm gonna keep it super simple. I'm just gonna show you what I like to do and what just goes well with everything. Before I move on to my eyes, I'm gonna take a little bit of the Maybelline loose powder, like the slightest amount. Okay, very, very slight, and I'm just gonna go over my entire face. Okay, so moving on to eyes, I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Butter eyeshadow palette in Tropical Days. It looks something like this. I'm giving away this eyeshadow on my Facebook page, so follow me on Facebook. I'm gonna leave the handle somewhere down below, and I'm giving away one palette because I got extra. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take the basic colors which we will already have in our houses. We don't need to go buy this palette, okay, you guys? It's a great palette if you want it, but the colors I'm gonna use are very neutral. So I'm gonna take like this eyeshadow right here, okay? This is called Sand Dunes. You can pick up your bronzer. It's the same thing. You can put the bronzer on your crease, and I'm using this blending brush, Pac 104. And all I'm gonna do is apply it in my crease. Very pigmented eyeshadow. I picked up like barely anything. Okay, so I'm just starting in the outer corner and blending it upwards and taking it inwards to my crease. Okay, that is it. That's all I basically do, especially when I'm in a hurry. And it's like one of those classic eyeshadow looks, you know, where you're not spending too much time, but you also want it to look really great. Now you'll see me just continuously blend and keep blending. Okay, blending 101. All you gotta do is circular motions. Like you can see, my brush is moving round. That's all you want to do. Practice makes perfect. Sometimes not everybody can do this, but round. And this windscreen wiper motions. Okay, these two are your basic like blending motions. Okay, so again, you want to move it circular. Keep doing it until you can see no harsh lines. See, it's diffused and beautiful now. That's because I am continuously making sure that that doesn't happen and it's blended out. Okay, for my lower lash line, same thing. Gonna take Sand Dunes, the same color. I'm gonna pick that up on my Pac 106 pencil brush. So I'm gonna take this orange color. This is Heat Wave. It's this one right here, really pretty orange color. Okay, looks really great, brightens up the look. Orange is my favorite color when it comes to eyeshadow. This is Pac 274 blending brush. All I'm gonna do is place this in the outer corner again. I'm dabbing, see? Just follow the way I'm doing, you guys. Just follow the technique. And just look, I'm doing that, right? I dabbed it and I'm just doing this to blend it out. See, diffused, gone. Just the color is there. You have to see a transition of colors. You cannot see colors like everywhere, just in blobs. So you have to see like a very smooth transition of the two colors. So that's why transition shades are important. People think, why just go in directly with whatever you want? Then you won't get that flawlessness, you know. You have to apply layers. You can see the first layer, the second layer, but diffused. So make sure you're playing around with different colors to see what looks good on you, what you like the most. I'm gonna take a very tiny brush, and I'm gonna go ahead with this color right here. It's like a chocolate brown color. Okay, this dark one. It's called Coco Loco. Alright, next thing is curling your lashes. It's really important to curl them lashes. This is the Nykaa curling lash curler I got in the PR kit, so I'm using that. Be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to like pinch your eyelid and then it starts bleeding all over. Look straight. See first if you can feel your skin, and then start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. It's like a slight amount of curl you get depending on how long your lashes are. Mine are not that long, but I'm going to use Lash Sensational. It's at its last bit. Now we're going to move on to bronzer. I know I've already done a little bit of cream contour, but now it's time to wear powder bronzer. Okay, so I have the Benefit Hoola, which is great if you can get it. Nothing like it. This is the MAC Mineralized Dark Deep. It's really good. It's got this brown warmish undertone. Great bronzer. It's not a contour color. This is a contour color, okay, because it's slightly ashy. Let me show you the difference. What, auntie? Show them at least. Calling myself auntie. Okay, can you see the difference? This is slightly cooler, slightly grayer, slightly. And this is more warmer, more in the reddish tone. So this will be a great bronzer. This will be a great contour. Do not contour with a color like this on your nose or anywhere else because it's just gonna look red and warm, okay? This, however, makes for a great shadow creation. You can just make like a really great shadow, basically a great contour product. Okay, so that's the difference. Now there's a product that comes like this, which is, this is the L'Oreal Paris Glam Bronze in Harmonie Brunes 102. Now this can be both. It's a good blend of both. It's got like a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of contour also you can do. I contour my nose with this and I bronze my face up with this, okay? Anyway, I found this brush, Smashbox brush, okay? So I'm gonna take this, the L'Oreal one. I think this is better suited, so you can just buy one product. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is coat my brush. It's not too pigmented, which I love. And what you want to do is start patting with the lightest hand you have, like super dhila, okay? Keep it like super dhila. So now once I've applied it, you can actually see the contour come through, right? Now you can actually see it and it looks really great once you've completed your makeup. So again, pat, always pat first. Don't ghiss out like this, okay? It doesn't look good. Pat. Everywhere you go, you will just pat all over your face. That's what gives it a really nice, flawless finish. Pat. Okay, for nose contouring, I'm gonna take the same product and the PF14 by PAC, and I'm just gonna start from the brow and go down. Okay, the closer you draw it, the more slimmer your nose looks and you get a snatched little nose. And then what I do is bring the powder all around. I just do this to blend it all in, okay, so that I don't have just two stark lines like that. I'm also blending it to the side of my nose because I'm creating a shadow here. Okay, same thing on the other side. Closer, take it up to the brow and bring it down. I'm like singing a song now. And just buff. Okay, great.
Mama's got a nose surgery done, baby.
I don't want it to be too sharp. Okay, blend it all out. Take your booty sponge. So moving on to blush, I'm gonna take the Lottie London Blush Crush in the shade Drake. You know what I'm saying?
You used to call me on a cell phone. Late night when you need my love.
Very Besura, don't pay attention. My senorita voice is, I have to make that voice.
I love it when you call me senorita.
I don't have that voice as of now. Takes a lot of practice before I can start singing. I ain't a singer, okay? Such a beautiful blush. And what I do is I don't go poop here because that's the maximum amount of product you have on your brush once you pick it up from the pan. So dust, and all you want to do is start from the contour and then go up to the cheek. Got it? Slide, not here, in the middle. And then a little bit around the nose and push it back to the temple. Okay, then you can buff it out up to your contour, and that's how you don't see the difference between your contour and your blush. Same thing on this side. This is like a Miniso brush, yeah, I got just to try. So again, patting on the outer corner, and then you want to get it in. Okay, so I like a lot of blush, so I might look like a cartoon to you, but to be honest, I like a lot of blush. You can reduce the amount of blush you put. I really love it because it's the fastest product to fade, nah? Like it fades really fast. Like in an hour, you'll see it go very light and almost disappear. So the more blush you add, the better it is. Eventually, it just fades out. So I like applying like a very good amount of blush here. I'm just gonna apply the PAC Micro Finish Makeup Fixer. This is just a great product in general. I mean, if you're looking for a really like soft mist and stuff, this is great. Okay, once that is like almost dry but not too dry, you want to start with your highlighter. For highlighter, I have been loving this highlighter. It's the latest launched by Pac. This is the Pac 03 Sweet Talk. It's the Master Glow highlighter. It looks something like this. Great. It looks very natural on the skin. It's not glittery or chunky or too what do you say, too harsh. It's not too harsh like the ones I typically go for, but I've been enjoying this highlighter a lot lately because can you see that? It's just so beautiful and so flawless. It does not like emphasize anything on the skin. Now for highlighter, I take it like in a C way. I also apply it here, basically a 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I apply it a little bit here because it makes it look really nice and glowy. I feel like a hero. If you feel your highlight is too strong, take your beauty sponge and just melt it into the skin. Now I'm going to take some highlighter and I'm just going to apply that in my inner corner and brow bone. Small little details like this really bring out the makeup. Okay, so now you can see how this brow bone is like lifted and this is like drooping. So you want to make sure you're putting a little bit of highlighter in the brow bone. Okay, you guys, so we're almost done with this video. I'm just gonna finish off with lippy sticky. And for that, what I usually do is I either wear Stepping Out. I'm either gonna wear Stepping Out, which is a nude shade, or I'm gonna wear Driver's Seat, which is my my most favorite lipstick of all time. I think I'm gonna wear Driver's Seat because it's already too nude, my makeup. So let me add a pop of color. Okay, I'm gonna take Soar by MAC. Yeah. Okay, everybody does their lips their own way, and I like overdrawing my lips. Okay, it's something I know people get bothered by, but I feel like I love how it looks. That is it, you guys. That's all I have for you. This is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something new in today's video. This is how I do my makeup every single time I go. I have certain techniques in mind and I told you all of it in today's video. There's no secret. This is it. It's all in the blending, like I said earlier in my intro. And yeah, this is it. This is how I wear it. You always will see me like this with a change of lip color, but my base techniques stay the same. And yeah, just this is it. I really hope you guys practice. Don't forget to practice, okay? Even if you don't have anywhere to go, you will keep practicing, and I promise you that you will get to a place where you are just so flawless and natural with your makeup that you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this can actually happen to me. I wasn't born with this talent. It's not innate. It's not something that I just grew up knowing, okay? I spent a lot of time practicing makeup, practicing every single day, sitting in front of the mirror, applying it. That's what I did every day. That's how I got to this level, and I still continue to practice to make sure that I achieve that flawlessness. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. I love you so much. Looks really nice and simple. Now I'm about to head out. Thank you so much for supporting me. I love you so much. The links to all these products will be down below in the description box. I love you for the 100th time, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye.